So recently I was watching an interview on CNN where Anderson Cooper was interviewing the mayor of Las Vegas who wanted to reopen the city back up again. And he was pressing her like, what's your plan? What's your plan? And he's kind of leaning towards the idea that you should keep lockdown going and not reopen back up the business yet. Now, I felt it was a bit of a pity and slightly sorry for her that she didn't come off very well because I'm not sure if it's her lack of debating skills or being on TV, but she could have really made some great points to support her decision or her wishes to reopen back up the city. Straight away she could have retorted to Anderson like, so what's your plan? You're saying I don't have a plan, but what's your plan? What's the plan of the lockdown? You could say, hey, if you're arguing that we should keep the lockdown until we have a vaccine or a treatment, then at least that's a valid argument, because then we can say, okay, if we lock down until there's a vaccine, yes, I agree that we'll probably save a significant amount or a significant number of lives. So then we can, have a look, okay, what's the negative and positive of opening back up right now or doing a lockdown for maybe a year and then and then getting a vaccine, then getting on with our lives. So we can see, okay, if we lock down for a year, how much livelihood and how many lives would be lost from the lockdown. And if we lock down for a year, how many lives would be saved from dying from COVID? Or if we open back up right now, how many people would die from COVID and how much better the livelihood of everyone would be? At least that would be a logical argument. Or if the argument is, okay, let's shut down for 45 days, let's say, and just to give our hospitals time to prepare, buy some ventilators, and, construct more makeshift hospital. And then after 45 days, we just reopen everything back up again so that we are more prepared to deal with the outbreak that's going to follow. Now, that would still be a valid argument. But it seems even in the interview when she asked Anderson, like, she was talking about something like what's the plan and stuff. And Anderson was saying, well, but the medical expert, are saying it's not the time yet. It's not the time yet. I mean, even Anderson himself said you can't lock down for obviously a year until there's a vaccine. But, it's not the time to relax the lockdown yet. Well, okay, so what's your timeline? What are you suggesting? Because right now it seems like you're just sticking your head in the sand and just hoping that this thing go away. It's like, okay, let's stick our head in the sand for 2 weeks and then let's hope the virus just, disappear. And then when it's coming up to 2 weeks, like, oh, the virus is still here. Let's extend the lockdown for another 2 weeks. And then, oh, it's still here. Let's extend another 2 weeks. It just seems like there's a complete lack of plan or any logical steps in place where we say, okay, when we hit this number, we're going to reopen, or when this happened, we're going to reopen. It just seems to be just shutting down and just hoping some miraculous cure happen or the viruses go away over the summer or something. Another thing that kind of annoy me about these anchors or these media people who leans toward the side of keeping the shutdown is they always say, oh, I really understand the pain of the people right now who are, out of work and can't find a job. And that's the real pain that I sympathize with. But, well, there is no but. The pain is real. People are basically having their lives destroyed. I mean, it's easy for the media to say, especially the news anchor to say, because, that job is not at risk. Their ratings are like higher than ever. Everyone's watching the news 24 hours a day. So obviously they don't have any personal skin in the game. They're doing great. At least until like the rest of us all die and then there's no advertising money left to go to the news organization or people don't have enough money to pay for cable, then they'll start suffering. But right now, if anything, this virus or this crisis is great for the news. All crises are great. When there's a hurricane or there's some bombing, terrorist attack, the rating of the news go up. So obviously they're not in a rush or they're not really feeling the pain of the people. If they're getting paid $0 right now, they might have a slightly different view of when, to reopen back up again. God, I'm kind of getting a bit angry here. But so during the interview, she was saying like, the casino owner all wanted to open back up, which I don't think is a good example to present because, everyone hate the casino owner. And obviously Anderson was like, oh yeah, I'm sure the casino owner wants to reopen back up. But it's just not just the casino owner. It's all the workers who can get the salaries, or the people owning small restaurant. I mean, they're not rich people. They can't afford to go 3 months without any income. They're basically dying right now. And then on top of that, it's like, what's the lockdown actually even achieving? If you watch my last video with the calculation and doing the modeling, you can see that if you lock down for only 2 or 3 or even 4 months and then reopen back up again, the amount of people who die from COVID is basically going to be exactly the same as if you didn't lock down at all. Because in the end, when you reopen back up, everyone's going to be infected, and most people who are going to die are going to die anyway. So in the end, doing the lockdown doesn't really actually even help anything, unless you're going to lock down until there's a vaccine or a treatment. Okay, guys, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I wanted to rant about today, because I was seeing her and I was like, oh, come on, why don't you just make this point? Just, make some logical argument. And she's like, I don't know if it was because her lack of experience, or she really haven't thought these things through with all the numbers and things. But that's why I kind of just want to present the argument on the other side a bit, because right now, obviously, everyone's like, oh, she's so stupid and things, which kind of might be fair or unfair, I don't know. But anyway, that's all pretty much I wanted to rant about today.